Okay, this is a video on how to make a winch controller for the servo. I've been asked to make some pictures, but I think in a video it's much easier. First thing you need is a servo. Now this is a regular HPI servo which has broken gears on it, so I can use it perfectly. The servo's working, I could change the gears, but actually I have no use for it right now. I have many of them. So first thing you got to do is obviously disassemble the servo, which is the easiest task. I think that anybody has done this before. Take the back cap off, take the front cap off, take all the gearing out of it completely, and basically push from the top, push the bottom, and then with a small screwdriver that I have it right here, small screwdriver, just pull the back of the circuitry out of it, out of the case. Now this is the first part. You can push it from the back as well. This is the first part you need. So here's what you got when you disassemble the servo. Okay? We're going to obviously use this and make the winch controller. As you can see, the servo's got the servo and motor, which is going to be disinstalled, and that's basically it. It's very, very easy. Once you disinstall the motor, you just solder your two leads of the winch right here, and you got a winch controller. Very easy. So I repeat, disassemble the servo, desolder these two parts, which are the motor leads of the servo, and then on the place of this motor leads, just solder the new leads for the winch. Now I'm going to go ahead and do all this job, this soldering, and I'll come back right after. Okay, so we're back. After I soldered this cable to the place where the motor was, remember this was the motor, was right there. I just bent over the pot, so I'll have some flatter winch controller. It's not going to be very small actually, but it's much better than before. So it's going to be a flatter winch controller. Now what I want to do right now is to zero the pot. Zeroing the pot means that basically what I want is to have the less amount of voltage in a certain point coming out from these two cables. What I'm going to use right now is a multimeter and a servo exciter. If you don't got a servo exciter, and I think most of you guys probably won't have it, you can just use your regular receiver, hook it up to a battery, turn on your transmitter, and place the trim of your third channel or fourth channel, whatever you're going to use, to 0. Okay, so just place the trim to 0. Now this servo exciter is already programmed with my receiver, so I'm basically going to have a 0 right there. What I want to see here is to have less voltage. So as you can see right now, I hope you guys can read this, got 4.3 volts. If I turn the pot completely on the other side, I have minus 4.5 volts. And what I want to have is basically 0. So I'm going to turn the pot very slowly, there you go, to have a 0. Or as close as it can be. I mean, it's not going to be exactly maybe 0. Then you can just adjust this small amount of difference with your trim in your remote. But you want to have as close. Okay, so here we're back. What you have right here is your servo controller. It's already plasticated. It's got, obviously, it's super glue on the pot, and I put some Velcro on the back just to stick it down. It is hooked up to my receiver, and on the other side it's hooked up directly to the winch. So, well, it's basically very easy. Once you got all this thing figured out, there's no special science on it. I mean, it's very, very easy. And the average cost of this mod is either a chip servo, it's either a chip servo you got hanging around, a broken servo, if you don't got any broken, any cheap servos, or if, unless, I mean, I'm sorry, if you don't got any broken servos, you're gonna obviously want to use a cheap servo to do this. And it works. It works just perfect. I'm gonna demonstrate it right now, how it works. Right there is the winch. Let me bring. Okay, so we're testing the winch controller. As you can see, winch is completely retract. Unleash it, stopping, 0, and coming back. So it's very easy. And I hope this is going to be useful for you guys. And remember, to make something work, you don't need to actually spend a lot of money.